Good morning. Well, I'm pulling off the site to go over to a bit further deeper into Germany, and I went to the little service station here, so I emptied the toilet, put rubbish in the bag, put my little envelope with money inside that little slot, come to fill up the water tank, and I unravel the extra long pipe, which is, you have to unravel it because it will not work otherwise. One of them flat pipes which are a pain in the backside. Stuck the top on the nozzle where you adjust the pressure, switch it on, stuck it in the hole where I fill it up, and the bloody top shot off down inside, about 6 inches down inside the actual filler hole. Luckily enough, I had a little grabber. It took me half an hour to grab it because there was a lip just inside the actual filler tube, and it kept catching on it. And I've managed to get it off. Took me half an hour to do it, but at least it's done. So I'm just queuing up behind another motorhome now. Went to get some water. I've got 3/4 of a tank, which is plenty, but I don't want to go on another site for a good week if I can help it. So once the tank's filled up, and I get some more fuel, I'm about half a tank full, then it should do me for a good few days. Let's see what happens.
From Weilberg, I travel up to a place called Hessisch Lichtenau. 80 years ago, it was an explosives factory for the Germans. Unfortunately, because of the explosives had soaked into the ground, it's still contaminated to this day. After spending a full day here, I move on to find somewhere for the night. I come across a free overnight area in a town called Großalmerode.
Good morning. I'm on looks like a village green. I just come from a place called Hessisch Lichtenau, which the place well, it was an explosive factory that I've had a look round as best I could. And morning. And I'm on this little place here. It's really nice, and it's designated for camper vans and caravans, believe it or not. And it's I can't think what the place is called, but no doubt I'll put it below in this clip of what the place is called. But it's free, and they supply water as well, and maybe the bollard over there. I'll have a look in a minute and see what it consists of. But it's absolutely stunning. I'm moving on to a place called Mittelbau-Dora, which again was a fairly significant, well, it was significant in the Second World War, and no doubt I'll put a few little clips on here just to explain what I'm doing and why I'm going there. And there's the bollard. If you want electric, I think it'll cost some roof. 90 litres, so you've got 90 litres of water. I think you have to pay for the water, actually, looking at it. And that's where you can tip your toilet and your thingy water as well, your sink water. But I think it's brilliant. There's a little tap there, you can screw it on there. Fill your tap up if you need some water. I think it's very good. There's a bin there, and there's a bin over here. Oh yeah, there we go, that's where I am. I think it is anyway. Großalmerode. I don't know what that means. Herzlich. But anyway, there's a notice board, and that's where I am. There you go, fuel, 1.4 kilometres, then something to eat and drink, 10-minute walk, and something else is 10 minutes, and then 650 metre that way, whatever it is. I found this on Parking for Night. It's an app you can get. It's free, but if you pay an extra, if you pay about less than 10 quid a year, then you can download it, so you don't have to use it. You don't have to use your data if you've not got much data when you're travelling. And I think it's fantastic. They even supply a bench so you can have something to eat, or sit yourself, have your lunch or whatever, your dinner. A little place that the kids, or you can sit under there if it's raining, so you can just sit there. And then obviously the little basketball thing. The girls were playing there yesterday. Some girls. That was brilliant. Love it. I can never figure out why the English don't do it. There's enough land to go round, I'm sure there is. And places like this where they put that on there, they should look at Europe and see what they can do regarding people like camper vans and stuff like that, and motorhomes, because I think England losing out on it, to be honest with you. They really are. I don't know what the government's mindset is, I've just not a clue. But, you know, each council should look at different things like this and say, right, okay, stay here for a tenner or whatever, or we'll put it free, but you've got to pay for your water and lecky, whatever it may be, which is just as good. I think it is, but that's the UK for you.
From Großalmerode, I travelled to a V1 and V2 manufacturing plant in the Harz Mountains called Mittelbau-Dora to pay my respects to the over 20,000 slaves that lost their lives in the manufacturing of these vengeance weapons for the Nazis. Moving on, I decided to have a break from visiting these war sites, as the last place was extremely upsetting. So I decided to spend 2 days at Camping MC. I've moved on from where I was at Mittelbau-Dora. I stopped on a lay-by coming over here. I was heading towards, the remnants of the Berlin Wall, or the Iron Curtain, whichever you want to call it. And I've decided that I'm calling onto a campsite because I need to use a laundrette. I've not got many clothes left. I need to wash them. So I found one. I'm not sure what it's called actually. I'm looking now, it doesn't really say. But anyway, I'll put the name underneath here. But he's given me this book. And inside it, it looks like I've got different discount stuff and that. If you, I'll show you. If I want to buy a pair of boots, what I'm assuming, something like that. There's different things in here you can get, and you've got to sign your name and where you come from in order to, I'm assuming, show the shopkeeper or whatever. Different things like that anyway. Campsite, in theory, not paid yet. You've got to pay when you leave, which is €11 a night. Then I think electric's on top. Well, I'm not exactly sure. I've seen it somewhere, unless I've got the wrong site. It's €1 for every 4 hours. So it works out at €6 a day, which isn't too bad actually, considering the cost of electric these days. I'm assuming it's just the same as Germany. You've got free showers, toilets. They've got a little shop on site as well. I've ordered 2 scones for tomorrow. Poppy seed scones. He gave me a option, so I don't know. I said, is it bread? He said, no, it's scones. So if a scone's the same as what I know a scone is, then I'll cut it in half, and I've got some jam, I've got some butter and stuff, and put it on there. That's if it is that. There's a little bar on site as well, which is good. There's obviously a laundrette, which is a washing machine and a dryer. Don't know how much they are yet, but I'll give it a go afterwards. And I've got access to a lake. Now, this is the key to open the door to look at the lake. I can go swimming in the lake if I want to. Sometimes they have lifeguards on, I'm assuming in busy times. At the moment, I'm assuming it's not the holiday times for children. So there's no lifeguards. So he says, it's up to me if I won't go swimming, but it's down to myself. It's up to me, there's no guards. And this key here is to get me in and out the barrier. But the motorhome's staying in. I'm not driving anywhere. This is it for a couple of days. So I'll just catch up on some things. I'll charge things up. I'll charge up anyway. But at least I've got electric and the TV behind me. I'm going to give it a whirl. See if I can get what sort of channels I can get on it. You never know, if it's something like football or something. I don't need words for that. I'll just watch it as it is. I can't think of anything else, but what I'll do, I'll take you around the site itself so you can have a look at if you ever decide to come to this place as well. And I'll no doubt put I'll put the website on here as well. So if you decide to come to Germany, you want to come here, then you know you've got an option anyway.